Hey guys, this is Dennis here with my review of the Impact Wrestling episode that just went off there a couple minutes ago. And this was a pretty damn good episode of Impact throughout the whole show, not just the second hour like it has been for the past while. And we kick off this episode with the era of Roode. Or I need somebody to make up a better name for me, but anyways, Kurt Angle's in the ring and he brings out Roode, who talks about how much the world title means to him and how he's going to be a fighting champion. Then MVP, Kenny King, and Bobby Lashley come out, and MVP basically says Lashley is the most dominant champion, but that's actually a good tagline for Roode versus Lashley 3, which will probably happen next year since TNA's already taped episodes for this year. Roode Lashley 3, the longest reigning TNA World Champion versus the most dominant World Heavyweight Champion. And I have to say, that's true. Lashley is the most dominant champion in TNA history. And MVP says he deserves a title shot since he didn't get his one from Slammiversary a few months ago. And he gave it to Lashley. Lashley looked pissed off. And I don't blame him. Like, the hell? If I'm the ex-champion, I want my rematch clause now, not waiting in line for one of my friends to get it. But really, I think this is setting up for Lashley to turn tweener, but we'll get into that later. Then we had the finals in the tag team tournament with the Hardys taking out Samoa Joe and Low Ki. What you expect from these guys? A pretty decent, actually not even decent, pretty damn good tag match. And the Hardys win, so it's going to be Hardys versus Wolves next week in one half of a double main event. And if anything, the first match is an indicator. The second match should be pretty damn good. But we have James Storm backstage talking to Davey Richards, trying to recruit him to be in his Revolution. And he says he gives him 1 week, so next week we're going to find out. Then we have Bobby Roode backstage again, talking more about how he's champion again, so and so. Then we have Samuel Shaw and Brittany come out to the ring. And can we just take a moment to acknowledge how great Brittany's shorts look tonight? Like, by God. Woohoo. Anyway, she starts licking his face and head, and yeah, it's a little disturbing, but then they made out. But then we have Gunner comes out and Samuel Shaw takes him out and chokes him out to end the segment with him and Brittany kissing again. So, hard to believe that, like, the beginning of this year, Gunner was going for the world title and feuded with James Storm. Now he's feuding with Samuel Shaw. What a fall from grace. Anyway, then we have MVP and Kurt Angle backstage. And MVP thanks Angle for giving him the title shot. Such and such. Then we had Tommy Dreamer and Devon take out Bram and Magnus in a hardcore tag team match, which Dreamer and Devon won. Nothing much to say there. Gail Kim talks about Havoc backstage before her rematch clause for the Knockouts title later. We have Rockstar Spud come out with Jeremy Borash to talk about how he loved working with the Carters, but that EC3 was a horrible best friend. That he says he changes for no one, not even EC3. It says he's Mr. 99% because he doesn't need EC3 or the Carters. And you know how EC3 says the 1%er? And EC3 and Tyrus come out and says Spud owes everything to him and gives Spud a chance to apologize. Tyrus grabs Spud from behind while EC3 forces him to apologize. Then Spud says, I'm sorry, you're a big-nosed douchebag. And he was fending off Tyrus and EC3 at first, but the numbers game which catch up until Eric Young saves Spud. So I think eventually we're going to have EC3 and Tyrus versus EY and Spud. That should be pretty decent. Then we have Havoc basically destroying Gail Kim for the first half. But this turned out to be a pretty damn good Knockouts title match. Gail Kim hits Eat Defeat, but Havoc kicks out at 2. Basically, Havoc dominated most of the match, but it was pretty damn good. I give it that. And Havoc retains, of course. Then we have Lashley backstage leaving, so MVP is basically left to do it alone in the main event And I hope these guys get more time next time because they only had like 5 minutes. Lashley versus MVP, not Lashley, sorry. Roode versus MVP for the world title. And Roode hits the boom bomb after MVP was going for the playmaker. Well, that's what they called it in WWE. I don't know what they call it now. For the win. And after the match, Lashley comes in, takes off his hat, and spears Roode. Then MVP extends his arm out to have Lashley help him get up, but Lashley just walks away. So Lashley, I think it's a tweener now. I have no idea, but we'll see. Anyway, next week on Impact, Austin Aries is going to take offense to Lashley hitting people from behind. So we have Lashley versus Aries next week, and the Wolves versus the Hardys, part 2. So that should be a pretty damn good show. But tonight's show, I give it a B. It was pretty damn good. No stupid stuff. So I want to hear your thoughts now. So leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Again, thumbs up, thumbs down. Subscribe for more videos, because I will be back Friday with the finish to the truck race from Phoenix. And this is Dennis, and I hope you enjoyed, and I will talk to you guys soon.